Hello everyone, for today's video we have something a bit different. I wanted to answer one of the questions I get asked a lot. What artifacts should I use? I think even among top tier players this can be confusing, so I wanted to do some testing and bring you guys the results. This took me over 7 or 8 hours to do all this testing and mainly farming, looking for artifacts when I didn't have the right ones, so please like and share this video. Before I break things down, I need to get some disclaimers out the way and just explain how I got these results and what rules I used to do this test. So, what you are seeing on your screen is a sheet full of damage numbers from different artifact combinations, either triple precision, triple might, triple valor, or some combination of 1 triple might and 1 triple valor, for example. To get these results I made a couple of rules to ensure my results were as accurate as possible. So, when testing Iron Man for example, I made sure my precision and valor stats were as similar as I could possibly make them. This way, the only thing changing my damage is the ISO combinations. This is also where I need to make a disclaimer, as this sheet is acting as if you are trying to max your damage and have the stats you need on every slot. I know RNG doesn't always work like that, and your build could be missing some might or valor on the actual gear for example, so this sheet should only be used as a general guide and you should always test them yourself to be sure. There is also a whole bunch of other things like mastery points and comic cards that could screw with the results, so please do still do your own testing, as your results may not completely match mine. I also made sure there were no perks on the artifacts themselves affecting the move I was testing, so on Spider-Man for example I made sure there was no heavy combo finisher damage bonus on my artifact when testing heavy combo finisher damage. This is what took up a lot of my time, as these are the kind of artifacts I keep, so I had to go find new ones without the perks on them. Thankfully the offline dates section of my Discord helped a lot with this. Then finally I made sure I was testing on the exact same type of enemy and made the difficulty brutal and took away all my buffs or abilities that would affect my damage. I always made sure the number was consistent and could get it repeatedly so I could be sure it was right. We are also just looking at the standard triple stat artifacts. I sadly do not have the time to test ones with 3 different stats. With all that said, let's finally jump into what I found. For those of you that just want a general rule to go by, you can get that from these top 3 results. If your build is focused on non-heroic damage, so Hawkeye's split shot or Iron Man's rockets, a mix will always be best, so 1 triple precision and 1 triple valor. Generally, it always does more damage like that and you don't lose a huge amount of damage on your heroics. However, if we go down to look at a character like Thor, a character that is doing a lot of damage with his heroics, you generally just want to go triple valor, as you won't lose a huge amount of damage to your attacks and your heroics will hit for a lot more with the triple valor artifacts. It honestly can depend on how you play your character and the build you are using. I didn't test it, but I imagine the signature attack Thor build you will be better off running a mix of 1 might and 1 valor. Finally, I also tested Iron Man running with this artifact that has precision valor and proficiency on, and tested it with a triple valor and triple precision. As you can see, the damage numbers are almost the same, so in this situation you may as well run with the valor so your heroic deals more damage as well. I think one of the main things we can gather from my testing is that you almost never should run 2 triple might or 2 triple precision artifacts. Most the time it does less damage, and even when it deals more it is super marginal and you lose a huge amount of heroic damage. Let's look at the Spider-Man results as an example of this. You can see when testing his light combo finisher and running 2 triple might artifacts, our light combo finisher hits for 11,000 and the drone hits for almost 5,500. However, when running this setup as 2 triple valor artifacts, our light combo finisher hits for 9,500 and the drone flies up to hit for 13,000. While the numbers do speak for themselves, let's break this down into percentages so you can really see the difference. You can see here when running the triple valor artifacts, we only lose 15% of our light combo finisher damage. However, when we run the 2 triple might we lose 57% of the damage on our drone. To me, even if you are making a fully melee, it's just not worth losing that huge amount of heroic damage. To hammer it home even more, when we look at the results of me using 1 triple valor and 1 triple might, our light combo finisher is almost hitting for the exact same amount of damage, but we at least get a slight boost to our heroic damage. This is not just on Spider-Man, you can see this same thing across all the other characters. So, if you take one thing away from this video, it should be, never run 2 triple might or 2 triple precision together. Please also remember we are looking at attacks against brutal enemies with no buffs or anything. Let's take Hawkeye for example. A triple valor arrow out of the split shot hit for 8084 and the mix hot for 9949. While this may look small at this level, once you add buffs into the mix and lower power level enemies, the difference becomes a lot bigger. If we think about it like a percentage, we are almost losing 18% of our split shot damage running a triple valor. However, when running a mix, we are losing 20% of our heroic damage. So, it is up to you what you value more for your build. Do you deal more damage with your split shot or with your hunters and Nightstorm arrow heroics? I personally think split shot does more overall throughout a mission, so opt to use 1 triple valor and 1 triple precision. With that said, I want to go through each character and my recommendation for each. For Iron Man, running a mix will make you lose almost 20% damage on your unibeam. However, running 2 triple valor will only make you lose 7% rocket damage, so if your goal is purely boss damage, then yes, a mix is better, but for just general play, I would personally run 2 triple valor artifacts so my unibeam doesn't lose a huge amount of damage. Most people play Hawkeye with the split shot build, so for that I would recommend a mix. However, if you do run the Nightstorm arrow build for bosses, obviously 2 valor will be better. For Kate, a mix will be better, but the same thing applies to her when using her ultimate in the raid for the Shuri room, and against Claw's Eye 2 triple valor will be better. I would always go 2 triple valor on Thor. You lose way too much heroic damage using a mix. An exception could be the melee signature attack boss build. The drone is king on Spidey and does way more damage than the HCF, so I would always go double valor with him. Panther doesn't deal a whole lot of damage with his heroics and is mostly getting damage from his regular attacks, so I would go a mix on him. On a hybrid build, 2 valor could be better. However, Kamala does most her damage when in her ultimate, so valor is going to be the way to go. Hulk is the same as Thor, where you lose way too much heroic damage using a mix. Triple valor should always be better. Cap is the same as Kamala, where most his build are based on his ultimate, so triple valor is best again. Black Widow is a tricky one and is arguably the most complicated results. I feel like you can't go wrong with 2 triple valor, as her heroics deal a huge amount of damage, but if you are more of a melee or ranged focused build, a mix may be better. Bear in mind you will lose around 20% heroic damage running a mixed artifact setup. With all that said, I do apologize for the maths lesson, but hopefully this can help you make a better informed decision when planning out and making your builds. And please do take all this with a grain. There is so much variation for build making that you could have different results than me, so I'll say it again, please do your own testing. The one thing we can definitely gather from this is that you can't really go wrong with a 2 triple valor and or a mix of 1 valor and your chosen damage type, and you should almost never run 2 triple might or 2 triple precisions, as it is hardly ever better, and when it is, it's marginal and you lose loads of heroic damage. I hope this at least helped some people, and I'll leave a link to my sheet in the description in case you want to save it somewhere for future reference. You can also find some links to my Discord and my Twitter. Peace out and thanks for watching.